"Mom, just sign these papers. It's nothing important, just routine." My daughter's voice was firm as she pushed the stack of documents toward me across the counter. The pen rested between my fingers, but something inside me hesitated. The bank was busy that morning, people talking, footsteps echoing on the marble floor. Yet, I felt only the pounding of my heart. My daughter tapped her nails impatiently on the desk, her eyes sharp and cold. That's when the cashier, a young man with kind eyes, leaned forward. Without a word, he slid a small folded note toward me. My breath caught in my throat as I opened it beneath the counter. "Don't sign. She's taking everything." For years, I trusted my daughter completely. After her father passed away, she became the center of my world. I gave her the best education, stood by her through heartbreaks, and even sold family jewelry to help her start her own business. Every sacrifice felt worth it because she was my child. So, when she suggested we go to the bank to handle some small paperwork, I didn't question her. She smiled, arm linked with mine, talking about how this would make things easier for both of us. My heart warmed at the thought. Maybe she truly cared about my future. The bank was always a place I dreaded: numbers, signatures, accounts I barely understood. I had always relied on her for guidance. She knew my PINs, my account details, even the passwords I couldn't remember. I believed that trust was the foundation of family. But that morning, as we walked in, something felt off. Her steps were quick, her voice curt. She didn't let me stop to greet the neighbors in line. She pushed me directly to the counter as if we were in a rush. I noticed how she avoided eye contact with the cashier, speaking quickly, almost nervously. The papers she handed over weren't the small forms she promised, they were thick, official documents, full of terms I couldn't understand. She whispered, "Mom, just sign so we can go. Don't make this difficult." And for the first time in my life, I felt the weight of doubt pressing down on me. "Why don't you read it first?" I asked quietly, holding the pen in my trembling hand. She sighed, rolling her eyes. "Mom, you don't need to read it. It's just formalities. You always complicate things. Don't you trust me?" The word trust struck me hard. For decades, I had trusted her without hesitation. Was I wrong? The cashier glanced at me, his expression unreadable, before passing the papers back for my signature. My daughter leaned in closer, her voice low. "Sign it now. Everyone's waiting." Her tone wasn't a request, it was a command. I swallowed, my hands sweating. "At least tell me what it's for." "Mom," she snapped. "Stop being dramatic. You're embarrassing me. It's just transferring some things so I can help you manage them better. Isn't that what you want? Me helping you?" Her words pierced me. Embarrassing her? Was that all I was now, an inconvenience? As she shoved the pen back into my hand, memories flooded my mind. The nights I stayed awake sewing her dresses. The mornings I walked her to school in the rain. The countless times I went hungry so she could eat well. And here she was, glaring at me as if I were nothing. The cashier cleared his throat softly, catching my attention. His eyes darted down to the note he had quietly slipped me. I unfolded it beneath the counter, my heart racing as I read the words, "Don't sign. This gives her all your assets." My stomach twisted. My daughter wasn't trying to help me. She was trying to take everything: my house, my savings, the land her father and I had worked so hard to preserve. I looked at her, searching for some sign of love, but her eyes were fixed only on the papers. "Just do it," she muttered under her breath. "You're old, you don't need all this anyway." Her cruelty hit me harder than a slap. My chest tightened, tears stung my eyes. The little girl I had raised was gone, replaced by someone I no longer recognized. "Mom," she said more loudly, "sign the papers. Don't waste time." The cashier shifted uncomfortably, watching the exchange. He said politely, "Maybe you'd like a moment to review the documents." My daughter snapped at him, "She doesn't need to review anything. Just give her the pen." His jaw clenched, but he remained calm. He looked back at me with steady eyes, silently urging me to think. I set the pen down. My daughter's face darkened. "What's wrong with you? Do you want to ruin everything?" I finally found my voice. What exactly am I signing, dear? She leaned closer, her voice sharp and cold. You're signing so that I can take care of things. You can't handle them. You're too old. Just trust me. But the word trust no longer meant the same. The cashier straightened, his patience clearly wearing thin. He cleared his throat. Excuse me, but I think it's important you understand what these papers say. My daughter's head snapped toward him. Mind your business. She's my mother, she'll do what I say. Gasps rippled through the bank as people turned to watch. Her voice was loud, harsh, and full of entitlement. The facade of a caring daughter shattered right there. The cashier pulled another document from his side and tapped the page. If you sign this, you are transferring full ownership of all your assets, including property, accounts, and securities, to your daughter. After this, nothing will legally belong to you. My hand trembled. The crowd grew silent. My daughter froze, then forced a laugh. Mom, he's exaggerating. Don't listen to him. He doesn't understand. But the truth was written clearly in front of me. Even a stranger could see it. No, the cashier said firmly. I understand perfectly. And I won't let you sign without knowing. The blood drained from my daughter's face. You can't interfere. This is family business, she shouted. The murmurs from the crowd grew louder. Shameful, someone whispered. Another shook their head. I stared at her, my chest aching. So it's true, I said softly. You wanted everything for yourself. Her mask finally dropped. Of course I did, she hissed. You don't need any of it. You're useless now. Why should you keep it when I can use it? The betrayal cut deeper than any knife. I stood frozen, but the cashier placed a gentle hand on the counter. You don't have to sign. You have the choice. And for the first time, I realized I did have the choice. I pushed the papers back across the desk. No, I said firmly. My daughter's eyes widened in disbelief. Mom, don't do this. Don't you love me? Tears filled my eyes, but my voice didn't shake. I love the daughter I raised, not the stranger who stands before me now. She tried to snatch the documents, but the cashier quickly pulled them away. Security moved closer, alerted by the commotion. My daughter's face turned red with rage. You'll regret this, she screamed. But I didn't. I felt strangely free. I gathered my purse, stood tall, and looked at her one last time. The only thing I regret, I said quietly, is that I gave my whole life to someone who never valued me. Gasps echoed through the bank as I turned and walked toward the exit. My heart was heavy, but my dignity was intact. The crowd parted for me, their eyes full of sympathy and respect. The cashier's voice called softly, "Take care of yourself." I nodded, grateful beyond words. That young man had saved me from losing everything except, of course, the daughter I thought I had. But perhaps I had already lost her long ago. As I stepped out into the sunlight, I whispered to myself, never again will I be blinded by trust. Never again.